everybody needs to hear this. Who needs to hear this?
Everybody.
There are some folks in our country who want us to believe doomsday is upon us. Happens every time. Kendall's talking about something called bear markets. Market was here, and now it's here. And wow, here we go.
Yeah.
However, when's the last time the market, when it went from here to here, when's the last time that it didn't go back to where it came from and much higher? When's the last time? Never.
We've been doing this for 20 years and serving hundreds of families. We're going to bring solutions to your situation.
How do you choose a financial advisor? How do you know who you should
That's
work
the
with?
value of that 210 core, moving everything towards a purpose on purpose.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Your Retirement Blueprint Podcast. My name's Kendall Stahl, alongside my co-host, Mr. Phil Cooper.
Hey, everybody. Well, thanks for listening today.
What have you been up to?
Boy, it's summertime. I have been mowing like crazy and loving every minute of it.
Yeah.
Loving every minute of it. Mowing's very therapeutic. Straight lines. Knocking
When I
down
retire,
weeds.
I'm going to start a mowing company.
Yeah.
If you're around then, I'll let you run the weed whacker.
Okay, I'm in for that. I'm totally in for that.
I get the
complete
zero
straight
turn.
lines. Plus, you can mow stuff in the yard. I mean, it's just like.
There used to be a guy, so I grew up in Brimfield, Illinois. There used to be a guy, have no idea, name, no connection at all, other than he used to mow diamonds into his front yard.
I'd like to meet him.
It was impressive.
Get his autograph.
And yeah.
My job is to retire, which I'll never do, right? You guys,
You're not, me neither.
I'm not going anywhere. My goal someday is to be the guy who mows the arch into Busch Stadium.
I could do that. Okay, so speaking of summer and all that, we were at baseball this weekend, and we went to, where did we go? The minor league team?
We went to see the Indianapolis Indians play.
Yes. That
AAA
team,
affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
as you can tell, very into baseball. Don't even know who we went and saw. Their infield was probably the worst mowed infield I've ever seen.
I was like, Premier. It was Premier.
No, it wasn't straight. You could see the you could, yeah. The outfield,
Oh, yeah, now I see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The outfield, pristine. Whoever did the infield probably needs to get a new job.
Well, maybe they're hiring.
Also, talking about things that are new in my life, I'm drinking tea now.
Okay, so over the weekend, I've noticed this. So Kendall has never drinking? He's never drank anything adult.
No,
It's usually chocolate milk,
Mountain
right?
Dew.
Mountain Dew.
And when it gets to the point where my body won't function, I'll drink a bottle of water.
He usually does not have any time constraints on either one of those. In other words, it could be Mountain Dew for breakfast and chocolate milk for bedtime. That's just the way he is.
Look, you don't get to look like this, okay?
He didn't build this thing without doing that,
That's
right?
right.
And all of a sudden the other day, I noticed he's drinking hot tea. What's up with this?
Okay, well, the story is we were at baseball. It was a 6-7 o'clock game. Didn't get over. Went out to eat at the restaurant. Took forever. It was busy Saturday night. And your mother-in-law was with us.
Yes, she was.
And she was cold and ordered tea.
Yeah, it was cold in that restaurant.
It was. And for some reason, she got her tea, and then somebody came by right after that with another one. And so they apparently didn't communicate, and they brought two. So I drank her second one, and I thought, you know what, I can do this.
So
now I'm drinking tea.
You're basically drinking tea because it was free.
Yeah.
That's why
pretty
you
much.
started drinking tea.
Pretty much.
Your foray into tea was because of the price.
Okay. This is a financial podcast.
Wait a minute. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did.
How much sugar did you put in it?
At least 3 or 4 packets.
So you're now diabetic along with. Yeah.
Okay, but this is a retirement podcast. Okay.
All right.
And so let's talk about inflation. When
We just went from tea to inflation. How
Yep.
much was your tea?
No.
It was free, folks.
It was free.
That's why you drank it. Okay.
Yeah, but the second cup was like $5. That's inflation.
From 0 to 5, that's high. Yeah.
When I turned 16 a year or two ago, I could go drive to the local gas station and get a 20-ounce Mountain Dew for like $1.59, I think.
Okay.
They're twice that now. Well, not twice. They're $2.59 now.
What are you doing to combat this thing in your life?
Nothing.
You just keep drinking it.
It's an addiction, so you just pay for it.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
If it's any consolation, when I was a teenager, gasoline was way under $1 a gallon.
Yeah, well, it's not that anymore. Well, it is coming down.
Yeah.
All right. We should be serious for once.
Welcome to the show. Folks.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you
Welcome
for
to the
being
show. Question of the day. How far are we from a recession?
Well, let me tell you, Kendall. There's leading indicators and there's lagging indicators. And I'm going to tell you this right now, that the Federal Reserve Bank in Atlanta announced the other day that they were trying to not get us into recession by raising interest rates. We're going to try to slow the economy down and drop inflation, but not put us in
soft landing.
Soft landing. Yeah, exactly. We're going to soft land this thing in. And we're all sitting out here going, hey, we're in recession.
Yeah.
Hey, we're in recession. Or hey, Federal Reserve, we're in recession. And they're like, oh, no. And the other day they came out and announced and said, we thought we'd be there by 2023. Hey, guess what? We got you there a little quicker. We're in recession.
Okay.
We're there.
So we're there.
So how close are we to recession? First of all, let's define what is a recession.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean much, does it?
No, it sounds like doom and gloom, and it's not. All it means is people are not spending as much money for things they used to spend it on. And their discretionary income, they pulled back close to their chest, and they quit going out to eat as much, quit traveling as much.
Apparently, I'm not in a recession.
There's other words for what you're doing, yeah. But that's all that means is people have said, it looks a little shaky out there. I'm going to hang on to what I have, and they quit spending it so much because our entire economic system is driven by the consumer. And if the consumer holds back a little bit, then the economists of our world freak out and say, we're in recession. Yes, we are. But that doesn't mean you're going to lose your job. It doesn't mean you're going to lose your money. It just means people aren't spending as much as they used to. That's all that means.
I didn't even tell you where our question came from. This question was from Nancy. Looks like she's from Metamora.
Hi, Nancy.
So, Nancy from Metamora, I think the answer to your question is we're there.
Now, here, let's talk about another thing, because I have seen this a lot here in our firm lately. People get scared and they think, and these are retirees. Now, where do most retirees' income, where does it come from? A pension, Social Security, maybe some investment income. But for the most part, most of you are not getting your income from a job out there. The only people that might be affected in a recessionary period are people who have jobs. We may see some layoffs in the future if companies can't continue to handle the level of employment. Those are the people that are going to be affected. It's not going to be affecting the retirees.
There you go. Okay. So topic of today's podcast, other than drinking tea and mowing yards, is going to be what's a bear market, okay? And so S&P has fallen into what some people are saying is a bear market because of rising interest rates, high inflation, war in Ukraine, slowdown in China economy, yada, 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 yada. What's a bear market?
Bear market is when you have some level of the market. Let's use the S&P.
Yep.
S&P is just the 500 largest companies in America, and the index that tracks them. When it falls for 20% or more, for a sustained period of time, that sustained period of time is either 30 to 90 days, then you're in a bear market. Now, why do they call it bear versus bull? Here's why. A bull, when it's fighting its opponent, will lower its head, it will gore its opponent, and it will raise its head. Therefore, a rising market. That's a bull market.
It's true.
A bear, when it's opposing its opponent, it's pawing down with its paws, pawing down at its opponent, pushing them down. So when we say a bear market, the bears are pushing down. When we go into a rising market, the bulls are pushing up. That's all.
I did not know that.
You're welcome. You're a farm boy. You should have known that.
Well, I could tell you. It's true. I haven't seen a bear fight, but I mean, I've seen bulls fight, and they go down and up.
People say it's a bear market, and it is because everything's being pushed down by the bear. We go into a good market, bulls will be pushing everything back up.
Says last bear market was just 2 years ago during the pandemic.
It's true.
Pretty short and sweet.
March of 2020, it came off the cliff. We had a massive decline in March of 2020. Found a bottom. We got our bearings, and off it went again, back to bear market or bull market territory in no time at all.
Yep. So this data that I'm looking at is a couple weeks old, so it's probably not 100% accurate. But S&P's down 21% since January 3rd. NASDAQ's down 31.5% since November 19th. And then the Dow's down 16%.
Okay.
So we're basically there depending on what you look at.
You're in a bear market. Yeah.
On average, bear markets have taken 13 months to go from peak to trough and 27 months to break even since World War II. So the last one was way, way faster than average.
Yeah.
I don't even know the
last several
stats on that.
Several have been, yeah.
Yeah. Biggest bear market was 2009. S&P fell 57%. And the longest bear market lasted 61 months and ended in 1942 and cut the S&P by 60%.
Well, you're saying something, Kendall, that everybody needs to hear. Everybody needs to hear this. Who needs to hear this?
Everybody.
Everybody needs to hear this. Whatever you're doing right now, stop and listen. I'm going to tell you something everybody needs to hear.
This better be profound.
This is big. There are some folks in our country who want us to believe doomsday is upon us. Happens every time, whether it's a presidential election, whether it's an economic correction, whether it's a social justice thing that took place. They always think the world's over. Those are the headlines you read, right? Kendall's talking about something called bear markets. Market was here, and now it's here. And wow, here we go.
Yeah.
However, when's the last time the market, when it went from here to here, when's the last time that it didn't go back to where it came from and much higher? When's the last time?
I don't think
Never.
ever. What if it's this time?
Never. That's what people say. Well, this time's different. This time's different. Yep,
It's
it is.
not.
In 2008, it was different. We never had a housing bubble before. 2001, we never had airplanes flying to buildings before. 2000 or the year 2000, we never had internet companies crashing and burning like
COVID.
crazy. We never had COVID. We never had a worldwide pandemic, at least not in my lifetime. So every time it's been different, and this time it is different. But every time, without fail, wherever it came from and wherever it went to, it returned to where it came from and blew the top off of that even further. Never one time has the market not returned and gone much higher than where it came from.
Yep. And to your point, bear markets aren't unusual or permanent.
Usually short-lived.
Yeah. And they don't always go with a recession.
Not always, no.
And typically last less than 2 years. So I think it'll all work its way out.
So what's the
eventually.
advice we're throwing out there on this?
Yep.
I've got some. Let's see if you've got something.
Well, hold on. Let me give you some of this because you can work around that then. Vanguard did a study to estimate that if you enter retirement during a bear market with a balanced portfolio, so we're just going to assume that's, 60-40 stocks, bonds, whatever, and rely on it 100% for your income, it could increase the chances of you outliving your money by 31%.
Okay.
So basically, when you're retiring into a bear market, hey,
Consider
gotta be
doing a
careful.
different strategy.
Yep.
Doesn't mean the bear market won't come back to a bull market, but you've got to change your strategy. So if you're reaching into the bucket of money at the same time the market's reaching the bucket of money, that's when you can run out of money.
Yep.
If you're a younger person and you're reaching and you're not reaching in there, but the market has reached in there, that thing's going to return.
Yeah.
But if you are living off of those dollars, you need to right now change your strategy. Let us know. We'll help you change your strategy.
Make sure if you're retiring into a bear market, so what is it, July, I guess, of 2022? Right now, as if we're recording this, things to think about when you're retiring into a bear market are: do you have to sell out those assets that have come down quite a bit in order for you to live? If you do, consider what that's going to look like. Maybe you need to work for another year to see if it'll come back, or if you got enough cash stashed away, let's live off the cash for a while.
Agreed.
Things like that. Some people, I think this is a crappy answer, to be honest, but reducing your expenses, don't take the vacation. Frankly, if you've got any sort of plan put together, you should be able to keep doing that,
Agreed. Yeah.
bear
I
market
agree.
or not.
There's different ways of sequencing where you're getting your money from.
Mm-hmm.
What we have noticed a lot lately, there's people who are really, really heavy on cash,
Yeah.
checking accounts, savings accounts that are getting them nothing on return.
Mm-hmm.
Stop pulling from your investments and live off of some of that because it's not getting you anything anyway. Live off of some of that and let these others, that's called buying yourself time in the market.
Exactly.
Let the market return and not pull from deflated assets.
Yeah, so if you got the cash, use the cash, right? But also, bear markets are huge opportunities.
No, they're buying opportunities.
If you've got cash, you say, or I guess we say, that our industry is the only industry where when things go on sale, people don't go buy them.
So true. Yeah. So true. We needed a dishwasher at our house last week. What do you think Mom did?
Looked for a sale.
She shopped for every sale in the Tri-County area three times over. But
Looked
when
for
the
a
market
coupon.
went down, people just run for the hills. They get away from the sales. Like,
Yeah.
no, the sale's right here. Get back in the sale.
Yeah. What else? What else do we need to talk about when it comes to bear markets?
They're normal.
Yep.
They return.
Mm-hmm.
Bull markets are normal. They go away too.
Yeah.
Have a plan, have a plan, have a plan. That's what that's the message we preach. Get a plan, get a plan, get a plan, because bear and bull markets will return even after this one.
Gotcha. Okay. This week in history. You ready?
I'm ready.
There's some good ones here. 1951. What do you think happened?
Well, in 51, that was right after the war. I'm going to say, I don't know.
First commercial on color television.
Wow. Okay. Does it say who it was?
CBS. Well, I mean, it was transmitted by CBS. But it was virtually unwatched since most people
Had black and
had
white
only
TVs.
black and white TVs.
Yeah. Nobody could see it.
About 40,000 people saw it in color. 1975, maybe how old? No, you might remember this.
I'll remember 75 easily.
Blockbuster movie Jaws
Oh, yeah.
was released.
Want to hear it again?
Don't tip your table over.
I guarantee anybody of my era, you get in the ocean, you'll hear that song.
All right, just because these are fun and I like to read them. 1989, the movie Batman opened in theaters. $100 million in the first 10 days of release.
Okay.
Anyways, that's all I've got.
I'm
for you
unimpressed with that one.
today. You're unimpressed with that. Why? Because it wasn't from
It's
you.
also the year that your mother-in-law graduated high school. I was more impressed with her.
Let's see here. 2000, I don't even know. Oh, 2003, registration begins for the do not call list.
It's not working.
With yeah, it's not working.
If you're on the do not call list board, your systems are broken.
Yeah, this one's not any good. Okay.
Oh, wait,
Anyways,
look. Here,
yeah.
my warranty's expired. Look at that. It's expired.
I didn't know that. I must have 27 cars in the garage for as many warranties.
You got a
as
lot of
I've
warranties.
expired. Anyways. All righty, folks. Well, thanks for joining us this week
Thank
on
you.
your Retirement Blueprint podcast. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next week.
Get a plan, get a plan, get a plan.